look, my hair's pretty. Oh man, didn't even know it could stand up like that. Awesome. I honestly don't know where the morning went. It's literally 1 o'clock now. It's been a freaking busy ass morning. Since we had that yummy pasta, I'm probably just gonna eat that. Dwayne just left for work, so I'm gonna eat it all. Been so busy, our bed still looks like that. I normally like fixing the bed every day just because I'm kind of OCD like that. I want to make it kind of first thing in the morning, but I also watched a JK News. They said some expert was saying that you need to let your bed air out a little bit. It's 1 o'clock. I think it's aired out more than enough, so figured I should make it. I'm not saying that it has to be pretty. I just want it to look like we didn't just roll out of bed at 1 or 2 or whatever time in the afternoon. Look just decent, just because it really irritates me if it's just all disheveled. It's not my thing. Gets me a little bit irritated. But here's my food now. Time for lunch. Yay! We didn't know what to do for dinner tonight. We figured we might as well get tacos for Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday, Taco Tuesday.
Apparently they're more excited about Taco Tuesday than I am right now. You'll see the tacos in a little bit. I ended up getting carne asada, onions, and my favorite, which is adobada.
Stay cool. I've realized through a lot of my editing, I say so, basically, and actually.
I say actually do. I used to say I mean a lot. I mean, you know, so actually I mean. You know, you say that Eileen pointed out for the very first time that I've known that you say?
What?
Anywho.
Oh.
She was, because you were saying, you were telling a story, and you were like, anywho, and she turned to me, she's like, anywho, and I was like, no, he says it a lot.
I don't know if I say anywho a lot. Do I say anywho a lot?
When you were telling a story and you go on a tangent, then you come back, you're like, anywho.
Yeah, actually now you mention it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because it's weird because I actually notice when people say
I don't
anywho.
think about it.
Oh, I only know it because I talk to you a lot, and then I also listen to you talk to people a lot, especially with stories that you tell over and over. But then, you know, people will talk and then it'll be like a tangent, and then to get them back on track, you're like, anywho, and then you'll go straight back to what you're talking about.
It's so weird.
I thought you knew that you did that.
No, it's weird because I actually notice when other people say, like, you know, we get that awkward silence, we get silent, yo. Anywho, let's go on to this now. Like,
oh no, yours is very flow.
I actually really didn't know I say anywho a lot.
Like,
so your connector word.
Yeah, so you could be like, oh, so today we were talking about tacos, and then we're talking about stay cool. Anywho, so tacos again, and then that's what you do.
Crap. Now I'm gonna notice when I hear anywho, and I'm gonna say it now.
I shattered the glass to yourself.
So anywho, we got this game. We got this game called Stay Cool. It's actually by the same group, ANYWHO, that does Decrypto, which is another one of our favorite little party games. I was reading the synopsis of it on the back of it, and it seemed super, super silly. The idea of the game is it's a multitasking game. Look, it's a multitasking game. So, what's gonna happen is, so there's 3 players. The active player is gonna get these dice. They have to answer questions from 2 interrogators. One of them is going to be the written guy, which is the red cards.
Yep.
There's going to be questions on there, and at the same time, both this player and this is the verbal communicator?
Yes.
So this is the written communicator, which is red, and the verbal communicator, which is in blue, which also has questions. They're pretty silly questions, very easy to do, but the trick is you have to do it at the same time. So, as the active player, the person has to answer the red ones using the dice itself. So they're using the dice to answer the questions or do a task from what we found from the first game that we just played right now. Also, by answering the other person's questions, they're not allowed to talk to each other, but they do have to answer the question, and you don't have to answer them like A, B, A, B. You can actually answer all from here while doing all the answers from this guy over here. At the same time, you have a timer. So once you ask for the first question, you flip it, put the timer here. When it's ready, it goes to the next, it flips over to the next timer, and so on to get to the fourth one. But on the second round, there's a little twist. The timer now, the active player who's doing with the dice has to tell the person when to flip the timer. Otherwise, your turn ends if the timer dies out. On the third round, it gets even sillier. They actually cover the timer, and now you have to guess when to flip the timer. So the active player now has to tell the written player when to flip, which is ridiculously hard to try and like keep track of 30 seconds in your head while trying to do something with the dice to answer the red person's questions while verbally answering the questions on the blue card. It's a silly, fun, very hard game, and we're going to show you guys how it's played right now. To follow along, the person with the dice is the active player. Then there's the written player, which I basically answer the red card players
With 3 or 4.
with the dice itself. It's usually going to be a 3 or 4 letter word. I have to answer their question with dice, and then the person with the blue card, I have to answer them verbally.
He can answer whatever question he wants, whenever he wants to. But me and Brandon go back and forth depending on which of our questions he's answered already.
We're just kind of giving you guys a general idea of how this game is played and kind of how silly this game is.
Oh, and if you get the answer wrong, we just repeat the question.
Yeah.
We don't even say wrong. We just
I'm not allowed to ask for any
hints
or descriptions. I can ask them to repeat the question again, but I can't have a discussion with them. So if I don't understand something, there is a way to skip it, but you can only skip once per turn.
And not on round 4.
Or
Number 4.
Number 4, yeah. Okay,
Okay, ready?
here we go.
Your superior at work.
Sort the words 1, 2, and 4 in alphabetical order.
4, 1, 2.
What language is spoken in Mexico?
Spanish.
Which is larger? A very small pony, a very large cat, a computer mouse.
A very small pony.
Roll all the dice until you get a pair.
What year were you born?
1979.
Did I flip it? Okay.
What color are ravens?
Black.
Name 3 cakes other than Black Forest.
Red velvet. Chocolate.
You're good.
Chip. And vanilla.
If the blank fits, wear it.
How many words are needed to write 7,315?
4.
How many words are needed to write 7,315?
Peter Pan and Captain Hook live in Never
5.
Never Blank.
How many words are needed to write
hate you.
7,315?
I hate you! 6.
Who is missing from this list? Fred, Velma, Daphne, Scooby.
Time.
Damn it. I couldn't find the D. I couldn't find the D. So the way you score is there's a list of numbers here on the side. The last question I got correct times the question I got correct on the other card too as well. That's what I scored. So I scored a 3 here and a 3 there, so it's 9.
Ready?
Uh-huh.
An old piece of cloth.
Sort the words goat, rhinoceros, and cat from smallest to from largest to smallest.
Rhinoceros, goat, cat.
What's your favorite color?
Green.
An old piece of cloth.
Oh, okay.
In the fairy tale, who bites into the poison apple?
Snow White.
Which has the longest lifespan? Chimpanzee, fox, elephant, ant.
Elephant?
Red octagonal road signs say this.
Okay.
Spell the family name of a political figure other than a world leader.
Obama? Is he a senator? Clinton? Clinton?
Stack 5 dice from top to bottom in the following order. Red, orange, green, blue, pink.
Which does not belong and why? Russia, Canada, Africa, Japan, China.
Short for brother.
Wow. My God. Russia. Africa. I don't know. Canada has 6 letters.
No. Which does not belong and why? Russia, Canada, Africa, Japan, China.
10 cents.
Oh. Africa? Because it's not on the same continent as the other ones.
Name three flowers other than daisy and rose.
Tulip, birds of paradise, wildflower.
How many millimeters are there in 1 centimeter?
10. Oh, so hard! I was like, I can do this.
I realized I screwed up at 3 because I was like, oh, it already.
Yeah, I saw that a long time ago. I'm like, ooh, I get extra time.
Something that is slightly wet is...
What is an alarm clock for?
To wake you up?
How many letters do the words prune and pear have in common?
1?
How many letters do the words prune and pear have in common?
2.
How many letters do the words prune
3.
and... Yes. How many people live with you?
4.
Short for university.
Name 3 firearms that don't include gun in their name.
Spell the word tie with the dice while crossing your arms.
Name 3 firearms that don't include gun in their name.
Oh, okay. Pistol, rifle.
A taller, heavier shoe.
Bazooka.
Yeah.
Okay, what is dumber, a fox, a bag of hammers, or you?
Bag of hammers.
Sort the letters of...
So that's Stay Cool. For those of you in San Diego, I actually picked this up over at Addie's Games out in Miramar. I'm pretty sure you could probably find this on Amazon, but not sponsored. But if you guys like it, what you saw here, it's actually really, really fun. ANYWHO does come up with some really, really cool games, so check them out. Anywho.
You.
Stroke the shoulder of another player while spelling the word good with a dice.
What does not belong and why? Cat, caterpillar, cat flap, catnip.
Catnip?
What does not belong and why? Cat,
What?
caterpillar, cat flap, catnip.
Stroke the shoulder of another player while spelling the word good with the dice.
Fuck, I said goat. Wait.
What does not belong and why? Cat, caterpillar, A. Where's that going? Where's that going?
God.